I held the plastic bag with the frog inside it, and I stared at the frog, and the frog was looking back at me. And then it dawned on me, what now? We all make stupid decisions when we're young, and sometimes we just don't know how stupid the idea is until it's already too late. Palala ng palala, one stupid act leads to another. And sometimes it's at the expense of an innocent living thing, a frog. Disclaimer and trigger warning. This story involves animal cruelty that I did outside the laboratory. I do not condone such unethical and not medically approved methods. I regret doing that. I was young, I was desperate, and I was stupid. Anyway, remember nung sophomore year, the one important project that makes everybody shrill or hihiyaw or nasusuka pa nga? Frog dissection. It's a major academic requirement for our biology class. It's equivalent to 50% of our grades. Para siyang rite of passage for all people in the high school level. So it was a week-long process from briefing to evolution to final submission. We went through the process of orientation and we have to identify a partner in this activity. I was paired up with one of my best friends, Noel. Normally, hindi naman siya issue, di ba? Mas gusto nga kasama mo yung tropa mo kasi at least masaya gawin yung project. But Noel is a different kind of friend. Siya yung honor student. Siya yung best in science. Siya yung naging top officer ng science club namin sa school at siya yung pinapadala sa mga quiz bees. And syempre, ayoko naman yung maging reason para masira yung reputation niya for that field. Pero wait, di ako bobo excuse me. Best in English ako, I'm the editor-in-chief on our school paper, and I was a student council president. So hindi ako patapon, okay? Hindi ako tanga at hindi ako pabigat kay Noel. Okay? Though I am not sure how those things would help in frog dissection, but I needed to say those things because as this story goes, nagmumukha akong tanga. So yun nga, pressured ako in maintaining Noel's academic performance. I really studied the process well, and fortunately, the dissection was a clean execution. We put the frog in deep sleep with chloroform, pinned it down, cut it open smoothly. We put it inside a jar of formalin for preservation para madaling matanggal yung laman kasi we need to display the skeletal system later on. It was Friday and we were 90% done with the skeletal model. So since pabibo ako at gusto ko ma-impress si Noel, I volunteered to be the one to take it home and to apply the finishing touches para ilalagay na lang siya sa illustration board for framing and for the final submission on Tuesday. I went home that night and put the frog skeletal system aside. I planned to dedicate the entire Saturday to make our project, Noel and my project, the most presentable one in class. The first problem in the series of problems that I encountered was when I woke up on a Saturday morning at nawawala yung project namin. I placed it on top of that table. I remained calm and just asked my mom kung nasan niya, saan niya nilagay, kung tinago ba niya. Hindi niya alam, hindi niya nakita. Hindi ako nagpapanik. Kalma lang. Hinanap ko under the table, hinanap ko under the bed, inside the cabinet. Nothing. This can't be some ghost story about a frog, right? At second year high school, I think I'm old enough to know na if ever totoo man ang mga multo, wala naman sigurong multo ng palaka. And then I started noticing these white granules on the floor. I started following it and it led to this dark area under our stairs. That's when I realized this is indeed a horror story about death. My death. Papatay na ko ni Noel. The frog skeletal system ay naging pulbo, kakangat-ngat. Nakalimutan ko may malaki kaming daga sa loob ng apartment. When they say frogs taste like chicken, I think that rat would agree. As in literally sarap to the bones. As in bali-bali yung mga buto and most of it parang pulverized calcium na. Doon ako nagpanic. It was a major project, 50% of our grades, Tuesday submission, and to be honest, I wasn't really scared for myself. I was so scared for Noel. Best in science, pambato sa quiz bees, officer ng science club at magpa-fail sa biology class. At ano excuse niya? My dog ate my homework. Pack shit na doding dagayan. So I started talking to myself, rationalizing what's the next steps ahead, what to do. Andrew, di ba matalino ka? So dapat magawa mo ng paraan. Do you tell Noel? No! You don't let the one thing that ruined your friendship be Kermit the Frog. Pinakalma ko sarili ko, I breathed in and out and collected myself. I have decided to do another frog dissection on my own. The good news is, there's this place that sells live frogs. It's in Cartimar. On a Saturday afternoon, I went there and bought a frog which is the same size as the one we originally had. And when I got home, I held the plastic bag with the frog inside it and I stared at the frog and the frog was looking back at me. And then it dawned on me, what now? It was late when I realized that I don't have all the materials needed. I have to do this outside our biolab. Wala akong tools, wala akong chemicals needed for this dissection. First, my crime was negligence. I don't plan on adding robbery and trespassing in school property to the list of crimes that I did. I have to do this DIY style. The stupidity of the situation comes in increasing installment as I go through the steps. Wala akong gloves, so nagbalot ako ng mga plastic sa kamay ko. And when I got the knife, hawak-hawak ni Kuchilo na sa ganitong posisyon na ako, doon ako nanlamig. Because doon ko na-realize na wala akong chloroform to knock the frog out. It's not as if nahihiga lang yung palaka, o sige, hiwain mo na ako, game. Papalag yun. Magwawala yun. And then good thing I remember reading somewhere that frogs will end up slowly dying if you put them on a pot of water over a fire. They'd think na nasa jacuzzi lang sila, but the gradually increasing temperature would eventually kill them. That's it. That's a clean way, and that's the first trick under my sleeve. So I got the pressure cooker out. Sorry ma, now you know. Delicately cut the plastic bag open at nilaglag ko dun yung frog with the plastic at sinara ko lang around mga 90%. I left a small opening para doon ko ibubuhos yung tubig. Pero I think the frog realized what I was planning to do at nagwala na siya, as in he was jumping around aggressively trying to get out, and I was there panicking. So what to do? What to do? Do I let it starve to death? Bobo, deadline is in 2 days. Hampas ko ba sa pader? Bobo, kailangan mo ng buo yung buto. There must be something that will be a quick death but will not damage the bones. And then like a magical snap of a finger, I got an idea. I will just show you the 2 items that I used and another image so that you will have a clue of what I had to do. I refuse to explain the method in detail because I don't want this story to be fixated on the animal cruelty I did. What I did is wrong. I'm sorry. But if anything, please let this be about the lengths I went through for a friend. So here it is. This one. And this image that I will show you. Skipping that part leaves me with a dead frog. I wish I could tell you that the mayhem is over, but it was late when I realized as well that I did not have a jar of formalin para ilublob dun yung bangkay. That's the process, diba? Para patigasin yung laman, para madali siyang matanggal. So think, Andrew, how do I remove the flesh out of this frog without damaging the bones? Iwan ko ba sa floor? Ipakain sa langgam? Bobo, kalaban ng langgam yung daga. Kung buto nga kinakain ng daga, what more pa kaya yung malaman na yan? So I have no other choice but to manually deflesh it. It's cold and mushy with all the internal organs and all the bleeding. It was horrifying. It took hours of squirming and ugly crying. Sorry ako ng sorry sa palaka. May mga parts na mahirap tanggalan ng laman, so may mga iba doon na basag. I managed to go through all the pieces and I let it dry, and this time I guarded it with my life. I assembled the pieces together to redo the skeletal model, trying my best to closely resemble the one we originally had. After the entire process, para akong may mutated frog in the illustration board, pero wala na akong magagawa. So ito na. On Monday, I showed it to Noel with a nervous smile. I prepared for the most sincere and dramatic speech for the confrontation just in case. I showed it to him. He looked at it. Hindi ito yung frog natin. Ano nangyari? And then I broke down. I explained to him what happened and I was really sorry. Noel simply said, ganun ba? Okay lang yan. Bili na lang tayo sa Cartimar, meron tong finished model. What happened to academic integrity? That is cheating. That is dishonesty. But then I remembered I didn't have any moral ascendancy as I was guilty of murder. Eventually, the same place kung saan ako bumili ng live frog is actually the same place kung saan kami bibili ng finished model. It seems professionally made, so what we did is we combined the parts dun sa ginawa ko, dun sa finished model, para hindi man magmukhang too perfect. And we submitted it to our prof at hindi naman niya napansin and we got a passing mark. So, parang magic lang. I have to note that we did do the actual frog dissection and our biology teacher and classmates witnessed that, so technically we fulfilled the academic requirement. On a different note, looking back, it's funny how despite it being a project by pair, that his grade is actually my grade as well, I wasn't even thinking about the direct consequences of the problem to me. Ang lagi na sa isip ko is all about Noel. What about his good grades? What about his standing? What about his image? I was willing to do something big for my friend. Or maybe I also have my interest there somewhere. Maybe I was also trying to save face. Maybe I was looking out for our friendship. At maybe ayoko lang mapahiya. But at the end of the day, maybe it's a combination of both. I don't know, human behavior is really complex. But with the magic of friendship that Noel and I had, we were able to submit the project successfully. And ayun, di na kami nag-usap ever since. Joke lang, barkada pa rin kami hanggang ngayon. Hope you enjoyed the story. Just click the links below. These are relevant links for you to understand the context and different angles of this story. I also made a YouTube video about how behaviors of people are influenced by interests and also by altruism. So it helps you understand the story more. Yun lang. Bye!